Do you think he'll ever stop giving me a hard time?
I don't know. I saw the tears in your eyes today.
I wasn't gonna cry.
You said anything about crying. I mean, you weren't scared of Boardman. You were angry with him. With good reason.
You saw that?
I know you. I mean, I've seen you in the ER. I saw you with Burgess. I mean, even when she leaned on you in front of the whole group, you didn't miss a beat. You know, and the same thing happened today with that jerk. You were so angry you were going to explode. But you spoiled his fun. I mean, you held it together and did your work.
Joe, do you know that I wanted to throw him against a wall?
Let me tell you something. If that guy didn't hold our future in his hands, I would have performed surgery on him right then and there.
Mostly it's the way he speaks to me, but also it's the way he treats the patients in rounds.
Exactly, until someone like Quartermain or Burgess walks in, or somebody in power, and all of a sudden he's this great, wonderful doctor with this great bedside manner.
I really want to be a doctor, but if success means behaving like that, then...
No, but you know what, Karen? Most doctors are not like him.
Yeah, you know, I want to believe that, but...
Hey, I was really proud of you today. I mean, you held it together like a champ.
Thanks, Joe.
I wish I would have taken notes, because when it becomes my turn, I hope I can handle it as well as you did.
Hey, Joe. Wait a minute, okay?
So you're thinking about Cary Grant?
One of his movies.
Well, that's a big help, Lucy.
Will you just give her a chance?
All right, I'm listening.
All right. The federal agency, some federal agency, creates a man. Sends him all over, flying all over, buying airline tickets, checking into hotels, only it doesn't really exist, this man. It's just to fool the bad guy, James Mason. It's just paper. Oh, I love that part where Martin Landau steps on Cary Grant's hand. It's a great
part. What movie is that?
North by West.
Wait, never mind what movie that is. Why are you telling us this?
Believe me, there's a reason. Now, just go on.
Okay, I started thinking. What if this is exactly what Rex did? The same thing. What if he's created a paper trail? What if he never went to Europe? What if he was just sending overseas memos, you know, email and those long-distance phone calls? What if he did all that without ever leaving Port Charles?
Well, now that I think about it, Serena never mentioned a guy. She only remembers a woman.
That would fit in with Lucy's reasoning.
Thank you. And I never saw a woman. I just saw a guy. So the woman could have been with Serena. Think. Rex could have masterminded the whole entire thing, all the while covering every single track of his.
Well, that's what I've been trying to tell you, too, that Rex is driving the boat and Danielle is doing all the dirty work.
No, wait. I am not ready to say that Danielle's involved.
Well, who else would it be?
I don't know, but I don't want to accuse Danielle of kidnapping yet. Scott, she is Dominique's half-sister.
So was Catherine Bell.
Okay. Could I at least make a teeny tiny suggestion?
What?
Look, Kevin and, well, we're trying to get to know Jake and Danielle, right? And Danielle wants to be my friend, I think. She's starting to open up. Let us keep our eyes on them. You have not exactly been subtle in all this.
Oh, and so what am I supposed to do? Just to stand around until she spills the beans to you?
You have a better idea?
Yeah, I have a better idea. I grab her by the throat and I choke it out of her. I say, what is Stanton up to?
That's good. That's brilliant. That will work, Scott.
It'll work.
Please.
I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
I just wanted to let you know how important your friendship is to me. No, wait.
Karen.
No one else would look into my eyes and see tears and know that I'm angry.
Karen, look, I know you're married and you're working on things with Jagger.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. I mean, I know that we're friends, but this isn't about Jagger. This is about...
Dr. Wexler. Still standing, huh?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Well, surgery can take its toll if you're not strong enough.
I am.
Good, because Jake Marshak took off and left a hole in the schedule. So you and Dr. Scanlon, the master of the hand drill, are on for the night shift.
But that means that we're going to have to work through the whole night, and we already...
Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Well, it looks like the two of you are going to be spending a lot of time together.
I'm gonna make it an early night.
got a lot of reading to do. So.
Night, Matt.
Good night.
Right.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Take care, man.
See you, Frank.
You know, we should go. Your dad said 8, right?
Yeah, give me a minute with Eve. I want to thank you. For what? Keeping the secret about my father. Who else knows about this? Just you and Frank. Oh, and Chris knows. Does he really? My dad will only be in town a few days, so if you could keep it quiet until then... Well, I don't know. I mean, actually, I think that if you tell Boardman, think of all the mileage you'll get out of it. I mean, we could probably even get him to come over and clean our apartment. That's the last thing I want. I'll tell you something. I liked it better when no one knew who my father was. Yeah, well, it's no picnic for me either, okay? Knowing that Bennett Devlin can drop by our apartment at any time.
Julie?
I'm coming.
So when did you and Julie become so chummy?
Oh, we have a few things in common. Oh, and for your information, the father showed up last night.
Why would I care?
Oh, you care. After all the trouble you went through stealing her file. This is your moment. This is the whole reason that you were after Julie. He's here. And you're gonna get to try out your famous kiss-up routine with the equally famous Bennett Devlin. Would you like to deny that?
Where do you usually like the break?
That all depends on the fabric, don't you think?
A gentleman who appreciates fine workmanship. I like that.
Well, I'm just old-fashioned. Although sometimes I feel assaulted by the modern world. Does that ever happen to you?
All the time.
Yes, the money class has become so crude. People with a veritable fortune at their disposal, and what do? They drive around in pickup trucks, dressing like they're running some roadside vegetable stand and sending their children to public school. And what was with that goatee he finally shaved off anyway? I mean, what did he think? He was the wayward brother of Peter, Paul, and Mary? I kept waiting for him to break into If I Had a Hammer. Sorry, I have a lot of feelings on the subject. All I was trying to say is there are those who deserve to be wealthy and those who don't.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Guess what? Her name is Danielle, and she is working for me now.
I remember you from the park. And the day I went to see Lucy.
Oh, you are so very smart. You see, Scott and Serena here are going to her potluck dinner at her new school.
That's right. Let's get going here. Let's get rid of Dirty Kitty. Hey, guess what? I remembered your teacher's name.
What is it?
It's DeVille, but you can call her Corilla.
Hey, have fun, you guys. Thank Cary Grant afterwards. Is that not the happiest little girl? I really believe Dominique is up there watching over her.
Danielle? What's wrong?
It's about Serena.
Here in Port Charles? Unbelievable.
Oh, it's way more believable than that pathetic attempt at a poker face.
Come again?
You're already toasting yourself, aren't you? Mission accomplished, huh?
It's a coincidence. A fortunate coincidence.
Well, let's just examine that coincidence, shall we? Impossibly spoiled intern with 2 things he'd move mountains for. A surgical residency and Julie Devlin. Are you with me so far?
Did somebody get this woman a hobby?
And Bennett Devlin is the quickest route to both. So what did you do? Did you call him and tell him his little princess was on the rocks? I got Paige, Dr. Julie Morris. Is there a problem with one of my patients?
Not unless you know something that I don't know. I mean, it's been so quiet, we've actually gotten work
Sure
done.
now. My word as a gentleman. I'll handle it.
There she is.
Will someone page me? Could you check?
Sure, of course. Right.
Look no further. I stand accused.
Daddy.
This was a very good year. After months of trampling the grapes of wrath, behold, champagne. And hopefully a sparkling performance from my leading lady. Careful cultivation, blending, a succession of precise and skilled gestures, and finally, opening night. It's a pity I won't be there to see their faces when she pops this little bombshell.
It's about Serena.
Danielle, Serena's fine. She just left with her dad.
No.
What's wrong?
I can't.
You can't what?
You know, I can't do this. I can't work for you anymore. I shouldn't have come here.
What is the problem?
You know, if I hadn't met you, none of this would have happened.
What wouldn't have happened?
All right, sit down. Sit. Take a deep breath, try and relax, and tell us what is going on and how does this pertain to Serena?
And you'd better learn fast if you want to save your boyfriend's pathetic life.
I'm Serena's mother.
I don't know what the hell you are, but you are certainly not Serena's mother.
Speak the speech as I pronounced it to you. Tripping on the tongue. So come on now, dig deep. Whoa, 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 don't dig so deep. We want to save some of those tears for your performance. Remember, they're not going to believe you at first, not after such a shocking statement. So be anguished, be apologetic, but be in control.
How could I be in control? I'm not in control.
Well, why? Oh, Jake, I almost forgot about the poor boy. Well, then do it for him. What do you say? I never wanted to come back to Port Charles, but when I saw my sweet little girl...
My Serena, I had to say something.
Why are you doing this?
I think I'd like to know that, too.
I couldn't keep the secret any longer. Not from you. You have been so good to me. It was killing me. I had to say something.
Well, she is not yours. I carried her. I carried her in my body because my friend, my very best friend, asked me to. It was her last dying wish, and that woman was your sister. How can you do this? How can you walk into my home and lie like this? I'm not listening to this.
I don't know what it is you want to accomplish, but I think you're out of your mind.
It's true. The egg that was fertilized and transplanted into the surrogate mother, you, wasn't Dominique's. It was mine.
Do people really buy that innocent look of yours?
Read my lips. Devlin's coming here has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, right. And what were you planning on doing once you got into his good graces? Are you going to destroy the evil Frank and become Dr. Son-in-Law?
As a matter of fact, my ultimate goal is world domination. But first, I must get rid of Batman. Get real.
Oh, honey, this is real enough. Bennett Devlin is famous for eating his equals. And his protégés? Appetizers.
You know a lot about him.
We met when he showed up to see Julie. But I know the pathology anyway. Gross amounts of vanity where humanity should have been.
All that from a first impression.
Some people are crystal clear. All you need is one moment to get the whole picture. Kind of like when I first met you. Dad, what are you doing here?
That was my doing, Julie.
I just wanted to get you before you left the restaurant.
What's happened?
It was very interesting. I wanted you to be the first to know.
First, I'd like you to meet someone.
Forgive me.
Frank Scanlon, sir. Good to meet you.
Likewise.
Dr. Quartermain.
How you doing, Frank?
Good.
Are you the Scanlon on the intern list?
You've seen the intern list?
No, that Scanlon would be my brother, Joe.
Ah, I see. Well.
Excuse me, I have some calls to make.
Thanks, Frank.